this whole thing might fall completely flat and nobody might care, but I heard that social media isn't for anybody but yourself. So that's who I'm doing this for. I got my official diagnosis for autism. So we're going to start from square one and go through all of the different things that made me realize I was autistic. We're going to go through binder one today. Binder one was the Samantha craft binder. Yes, I did make binders. There's this one, there's this one, and this one. Today we're just going to go through the first one. And yes, I am going to put it on the screen, and we're going to go through it step by step so that we know what it is, because you can see exactly what I did to take to my doctor. And yes, I am using my walker as a chair because yes, I am disabled, which is also tied into my autism. If you watched my first video about my disability, you know that it's also a comorbid condition with autism. Through it on my iPad because that'll be easier. This is all the disclaimer stuff here. Blah, blah, blah. Check all the areas that strongly apply. This is one person's opinion and it's not meant to be the DSM-5 criteria. It was formerly Samantha's Crafts checklist for females with Asperger's syndrome, but it was changed in 2012 because Asperger's syndrome was no longer deemed a thing then. This is actually my favorite one because I had a lot of fun with this one because I was able to include things in it, like some of my silly little quirks. Trait, a deep thinker. Yes, I think about everything all the time. A prolific writer and or artist, drawn to poetry. Sort of. I journal, but I wouldn't say I'm prolific. Highly intelligent. It's subjective, obviously. If I'm interested in a topic, I will learn everything I can, but I'm not the most intelligent about every topic. Sees things at multiple levels, including her own thinking. Yes, I constantly look for layers. Anya? I'm obsessed with Shrek. In fact, I've done Shrek and drag, but that's not what. Analyzes existence, the meaning of life, and everything continually. Yes. Often find myself studying the history of things to find the reasoning behind the existence from a scientific perspective. On other days, I reflect philosophically on what my purpose is, and other times I make the joke about 42 from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Serious and matter-of-fact in nature. Yes. Doesn't take things for granted. I left this one blank because doesn't simplify. Case and point. Everything is complex. Case and point. Often gets lost in own thoughts. Checks out. Blank stare. Yes, the deer in the headlights. 1,000-mile stare. What? Don't know her. Naive. Not anymore. I used to be far more trusting and believing. Now I'm hyper aware that not everyone is trustworthy. Honest. Yes. Often honest to a fault. I say truthful things and hurt feelings without intending to. Experience trouble with lying. Yes. I don't understand the reasoning behind most lies, with the exception of nice lies. Surprise parties, gift, protecting someone's feelings. Finds it difficult to understand manipulation and disloyalty. Yes. I didn't extrapolate anymore on this because I'm dealing with a lot of trauma related to being manipulated in the past due to being naive. So, finds it difficult to understand vindictive behavior and retaliation. Yeah, I do, but also, yeah, that there's a lot more depth to that. Easily fooled and conned. Yes. Not as much as when I was younger, but I do still experience it. Feelings of confusion and being overwhelmed. Yes, I often experience overstimulation from external stuff, and it leads to confusion and being overwhelmed. Feelings of being misplaced and or from another planet. Yes. The long-running joke is that I'm an alien and eccentric because I'm an Aquarius, the alien of astrology. Aquarius. Aliens of the zodiac. We mean that with all the love in our own alien hearts, Aquarius, you're ahead of your time and an out-of-the-box thinker somehow. You're always trying to make the world a better place with your weirdness. That is endeared by all. I will be right back. I don't know if my phone's going to pick up me talking right now because it's funny if it does. But right now I'm picking up my friend. I'm obsessed with aliens. And I have been for an extended period of time. This is Paul Roger. This is also one of my other little alien friends. He doesn't have a name. He just lives here. I like weird, quirky little things. But this is my friend Paul Roger. Feelings of isolation. Yes. Always feel different unless I'm with other people like me. Paul, I'm going to move you to the side. You were just used for a very specific purpose. Ooh, flippity floppities. Okay. Abused or taken advantage of a child, but didn't think to tell anyone. This is why I'm in trauma therapy now. So yes. Section C, escape and friendship. Survives overwhelming emotions and senses by escaping in thoughts or actions. Yes. I call it the stuff it down and walk it off or run away. Escapes regularly through fixations, obsessions, and over-interest in subjects. Yes. This is one of my personal favorite memes. Behold my collection of craft supplies. Wow. What do you make? Huh? What do you do with them? I enjoy the possibilities. If you follow me on TikTok, you have seen my craft room. My craft room has recently moved to another room that is still just overwhelmed with the possibilities. I have made some really cool crafts. One cosplay contest, one costume contest. I've done some cool things with the possibilities. Like I do actively do things with my crafting supplies. Also, not just crafts. My other hobbies include collecting Star Trek memorabilia. I'm going to move the camera real quick and show you. Oh, look, there's Paul. Here is Edgar Allan Poe, but here is the Star Trek cabinet. Look at it in all its glory. I'm going to open it so you get the full scale. I like Star Trek. I also like Doctor Who. Here is a TARDIS that I made myself. It's one of those metalwork ones. I'm not really good at that because my dexterity isn't great anymore, but I did make this myself. There we go. Yeah. Escapes routinely through imagination, fantasy, and daydreaming. Refer above to Star Trek. I also watch Doctor Who, Buffy, Angel, MCU, read lots of fantasy. Okay. Escapes through mental processing. Yes, I can't contextualize this though. Escapes through the rhythm of words. Maybe. I like the way some words sounds, but I also like the way sounds sound. Philosophizes continually. Yes. Had imaginary friends in youth. No, but I did have a stuffed Dino from the Flintstones. That was my friend until my little brother was born. It imitates people on television or in movies. Yes. Treated friends as pawns in youth, e.g. friends were students, consumers, members. Yes. I was bossy. Makes friends with older or younger females more so than friends her age, often in young adulthood. Yes, my best friend in childhood was my mama. Imitates friends or peers in style, dress, attitude, interests, manner of speech, and sometimes speech. Yes, I don't do it as much now because I have accepting people in my life. Like, I'm able to actually be myself now and do as I want now. I can dress how I want and exist as I am. Obsessively collects and organizes objects. Mastered imitation. Subjective. Yes, I can imitate some things, but not all things. Escapes by playing the same music over and over again. Yes. Escapes through relationship imagined or real. Yes. Numbers bring ease. Could be numbers associated with patterns, calculation. No, numbers mean math. Math stresses me out. Escapes through counting, categorizing, organizing, rearranging. Yes, I reorganize my closet seasonally. I bought a modular cube couch for my living room so I can rearrange it on a whim and make the room different. I label my pantry shelves and categorize the sections. Escapes into other rooms at parties. Yes, it's usually outside, but I do escape the stimulation. Cannot relax or rest without many thoughts. Yes, I do have multiple tasks to relax, i.e. watch TV and crochet, doodle, play solitaire, text someone. I have to listen to documentaries to sleep. Everything has a purpose. Yes. OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Unsure. There are some things that, yes, I do have to do specifically because I just have to do them, but it don't fit the diagnostic criteria for obsessive compulsive disorder. Sensory issues. Sight, sound, texture, smells, taste. Yes. I smell things that other people can't. Some textures just feel icky. Overhead lights and bright lights bother me. I can hear electricity, the light hum, and it disturbs me when I can't, and I can hear the shifts, but sounds have always bothered me. This is my 8th birthday party. Look at me. Generalized anxiety, yes. Sense of pending danger or doom, yes. Feelings of polar extremes, depressed, overjoyed, inconsiderate, oversensitive, yes. Poor muscle tone, double jointed, and or lack of coordination. May have any of those things. I highly suspect, yes, eating disorder, food obsessions, and worry about what is eaten. I've always been obsessed with food and what to eat, and if I should or shouldn't, extreme guilt over bad food. Irritable bowel and or intestinal issues. Yes, if you go to my TikTok, I was just hospitalized last week for a very rare thing that usually only affects toddlers. Chronic fatigue and or immune challenges. Unsure. I am tired a lot. Misdiagnosed or diagnosed with mental illnesses. Yes. This unsure can officially be changed to yes because I have been officially diagnosed with autism, and all of the other mental health issues, aside from the PTSD, can just go whoop out the window. Experiences multiple physical symptoms. The physical symptoms also aren't hypochondriac anymore. They are legitimately physical symptoms because I have a disability now that is actually, I have an appointment this week with my neurologist. So, yes. Questions, place in the world? Yes. Often drop small objects? Yes. Here's a list of some of those things. Crochet hook, pins, combs, hair clips, my phone, coins. But those were all symptoms of my neurological condition starting to manifest. Wonders who is she is and what is expected of her. Yes. Searches for the right and for right and wrong. Yes. Since puberty has had bouts of depression. May have PMDD. Yes. Diagnosed PMDD. Flicks, rubs fingernails, picks scalp, flaps hands. Yes. Yes. Rubs hands, fingertips, arms, sits on hands, picks my skin, keeps hands in fists, clears my throat because of allergies. Yes. Social interaction. Friends have ended friendships suddenly without female Understanding. Yes, in high school, all 5 of my closest female friends just stopped talking to me, and I still don't know why. I have close AFAB friends now, strictly because of our similarities. Tendency to overshare. Yeah. Spills intimate details to strangers. Yeah. Raised hand too much in class or didn't participate. I either raised my hand too much and got told I was raising my hand too much, so I stopped raising my hand. Little impulse control with speaking when younger. Yeah. Monopolizes conversations at times. Sometimes I just start rambling and I can't stop. That's why I'm doing this social media stuff now, because nobody can tell me to shut up. Bring subject back to self. Yes, but only to try and relate. Comes across at times as narcissistic and controlling. Shares in order to reach out. Yes. Often sounds eager and overzealous or apathetic and disinterested. Yes. Holds a lot of thoughts, ideas, feelings inside. Yes. Feels as if she's attempting to communicate correctly. Yes. Because I over-explain things because I'm trying to communicate. Yeah. Obsesses about the potentiality of relationship with someone, particularly a love interest or feasible new friendship. Yes. Not as often anymore, but I have in the past. Confused by rules of eye contact, tone of voice, proximity, body stance, and posture in conversation. Yes. Conversation are often exhausting. Questions, yes. Questions the actions and behavior of self and others continually. Yes. Feels as if missing a conversation gene. Yes. Trained self in social interactions. Yes. Visualizes and practices how she will act around others. Yes. Practice and rehearses in mind what she will say to other before entering the room. Yes. Difficulty filtering out background noise when talking to others. Yes. Has continuous dialogue in mind that tells her what to say and how to act in social situations. Yes. Sense of humor sometimes seems quirky, odd, inappropriate, or different from others. Yes, I constantly refer to obscure movie quotes, song lyrics, memes, and lived experience to make light of dark situations. People don't like dead dad jokes. They just don't, I guess. And I have 2 dead dads, but I guess they're not funny. As a child, it was hard to know when it was her turn to talk. Yes. Finds norms of conversation confusing. Yes. Finds unwritten and unspoken rules difficult to grasp, remember, and apply. Yes! Like, why are the rules unwritten? Like, who made up the fucking rules? Why do these rules exist? Who decided that these rules needed to exist? I didn't make the rules. Who made the rules? It was the Victorians, wasn't it? It was always the Victorians. Always the fucking Victorians. Finds refuge when alone. Feels extreme relief when she doesn't have to go anywhere, talk to anyone, answer calls, or leave the house. But at the same time, will often harbor guilt for hibernating, not doing what everyone else is doing. Yes. If I have a day at home alone just to relax or do what I want and not what I should do, I will do housework and laundry to force myself to power through things instead of what I really want to do. If I just relax, I feel so incredibly guilty. Now, this was before I became disabled. Now that I'm disabled, all I do is relax because I physically can't do anything else. If I do anything else, I become debilitated. I do small things every day. Like, it took me 3 days to put away my laundry. It took me 2 days to do my hair like this. It only took me today to do my makeup and get dressed. And now I'm doing this video, but I also have somewhere else to go today. So my hair is done, my makeup is done. But tomorrow, I'm probably going to be a little bit wiped.
One visitor at the home may be perceived as a threat. This can even be a familiar family member. Yes and no. Only unexpected or uninvited guests. Knowing logically a house visitor is not a threat doesn't relieve the anxiety. Yes. I'm in constant alert mode when people are in my space. Like when I have friends come over. Not all of my friends, because there are a couple of my friends that when they're here, it's all bets are off. Everything's chill. I don't fucking care. But there are other people that when they're here, I'm like, feelings of dread about upcoming events and appointments on the calendar. Yes, super high stress anxiety until the specified event or activity is over, depending on the activity. Even activities I enjoy. I have like a con coming up. It's called Monster Con. I'm going to rewear my Beetlejuice costume from last year that I wore for a show. And I'm really excited to go because they're going to have like oddities and stuff there. And it's going to be really kind of cool. Knowing she has to leave the house causes anxiety from the moment she wakes up. Sometimes, depending on why I have to leave the house. All the steps involved in leaving the house are overwhelming and exhausting to think about. Sometimes, only if my routine is disrupted. I had a routine in my head that I don't tell anybody else about. So if somebody is like in that, like if somebody interrupts that random thought process I have, it's a problem for me. So they shouldn't do that. Even though they don't know that I have this routine in my head. But most of the people in my life understand that now, I think. She prepares herself mentally for outings, excursions, meetings, appointments, often days before the scheduled event. Yes, I try to plan everything as much as I can, mentally preparing for each step of my day. OCD tendencies when it comes to concepts of time, being on time, tracking time, recording time, and managing time could be carried over to money as well. Yes, I hate to be on time. I always want to be 10 to 15 minutes early, so I'm constantly checking the time while getting ready so I can leave for events at the appropriate time. If I run behind with clients at work, it constantly stresses me out. This was when I was still working and doing hair. So if I was running behind with clients or clients showed up way too early and people would tell me that my next client was there and I was still working on my first client, and I'd be like, they're 20 minutes early. Don't fucking tell me that they're here and they're 20 minutes early. Look at the fucking clock. Tell them to wait. Don't tell me that they're early. It stresses me the fuck out. No wonder I fucking burnt out. Questions, next steps, and movements continually. Yes. Sometimes feels as if she's on stage being watched, her sense of always having to act out of the right steps even when she is home alone. Yes. As a child, often I felt like it was on TV or like Sky Daddy was watching. I was raised very Catholic, so like I was or like Santa was watching, like that ever present, like somebody was always watching, was always something that I was fearful of. Telling self the right words and positive self-talk doesn't typically alleviate anxiety. CBT may cause increased feelings of inadequacy. Yes, it doesn't work. Positive self-talk just doesn't work in my brain because I can tell myself all day, you're great. Everybody likes you. But I don't actually believe that. Knowing she is staying home all day brings great peace of mind. It does. Requires a large amount of downtime or alone time. Yes. Feels guilt after spending a lot of time on special interests. Yes. Especially because I usually hyperfixate on it to the point that I don't do anything else, even the necessary things like laundry and housework. Uncomfortable in public locker rooms, bathrooms, and or dressing rooms. Formerly, I used to be. At this point, I don't give a flying hootenanny. I don't generally want to see other people's naked bodies, but I don't care if other people see mine. Dislikes being in a crowded mall, crowded gym, or crowded theater, subjectively. I do if I can't have my own bubble. Like if I can go and have my own bubble, I'm fine. Sensitive to sounds, textures, temperatures, and or smells when trying to sleep. Yes, my room has to have the ceiling fan going even in the winter. I need to have some sort of blanket on to sleep even in the summer. It needs to remain cool but not cold. My sheets cannot be satin. If my dog has an accident, the smell wakes me before the sound. Adjust bedclothes, bedding, and or environment in an attempt to find comfort. Yes, sometimes multiple times a night. Dreams are anxiety-ridden, vivid, complex, and or precognitive in nature. Yes, I've had deja vu many times. I have very vivid dreams with depth and context and humor. Highly intuitive to others' feelings. Sometimes people that I care about, sure. People that I don't have a connection to, I get confused by them. Highly empathetic, sometimes to the point of confusion. Yes, refer to above. Takes criticism to heart. Yes, I've had several work breakdowns due to criticism, not to mention many, many irrational self-destructive behaviors directly from my inabilities to listen to criticism. I am self-aware. Longs to be seen, heard, and understood. Yes, that's why I made a YouTube channel. I have 2 of them now. Questions if she is a normal person. Yes, and the answer is no. Highly susceptible to outsiders' viewpoints and opinions. Yes, but only if they are firsthand accounts of a unique lived experience, different than my own, or that which I have personally experienced. At times adapts to her view of life or actions based on others' opinions or words. Formerly. Recognizes own limitations in many areas, daily if not hourly. Yes, I have always questioned how people can do it all. If I go to work, that is all I can handle most days. Anything more, and I start to feel the pressure. Becomes hurt when others question or doubt her work. Yes. Views many things as an extension of self. Yes. My work, my house, my husband, my kids. Fears others' opinions, criticism, and judgment. Yes. Dislikes words and events that hurt animals and people. Yes. Collects or rescues animals, often in childhood. Yes. I once had 3 dogs and 7 cats. Huge compassion for suffering, sometimes for inanimate objects and personification. Yes, when my stuff breaks, even though I can fix it, I feel hurt by that. Sensitive to substances, environmental toxins, foods, alcohol, medication, hormones, etc. Yes, alcohol and foods recently. Tries to help, offers unsolicited advice, or formalizes plans of action. Yes, questions life's purpose. How to be a better person. Yes, I've read all kinds of books, self-help books, spiritual books, joined churches, study different religions, still study astrology and tarot for this purpose. Seek to understand abilities, skills, and or gifts. Yes, refer above. Sense of self. What's that? I don't know. Feels trapped between wanting to be herself and wanting to fit in. Yes, it's inexplicable. Imitates others without realizing it. Yes. Suppresses true wishes. Often in young adulthood. Yes. Exhibits codependent behavior. Often in young adulthood. Yes. I was with my mama until I started school, and even after I started school, well into my teenage years, I always wanted mama. Adapt self in order to avoid ridicule. Yes, I still do this, but I've found ways to be myself. Reject social norms and question social norms. Yes, I'm a member of several LGBT groups, and I am actively fighting for our rights, as well as the watermelon people, Free Palestine, Free Congo, Sudan, Tigray. That's what I'm going to do tonight. That's what I'm doing. I'm working with Code Pink. I'm disabled, but that doesn't mean that I can actively do things, right? Right. Feelings of extreme isolation. Yes. Feeling good about self takes a lot of effort and work. Yes. Switches preferences based on environment and other people. Formerly, I used to do this. This is far more often, but now I don't hide it as much. Switches behavior based on environment and other people. Yes. I will read the room until I feel safe. I will read the room until I feel safe. Didn't care about her hygiene, clothes, and appearance before teenage years or before someone else pointed these out. Yes. My mom made me care about that at a young age. Freaks out, but doesn't know why until later. Yes, I have a hard time processing things, and my husband has seen these out-of-body moments. Young-sounding voice. I don't think so. Maybe. You guys tell me in the comments. Do I have a young sounding voice? Trouble recognizing what she looks like and has occurrences of slight, I can't say that word, difficulty recognizing or remembering faces. No, I recognize faces. I have trouble putting names to faces. I have trouble with that. Feels significantly younger on the inside than on the outside. Perpetually 11, not 12. Yes, actually 11. Confusion. Had a hard time learning that others are not always honest. Yes, this is still a regular struggle for me. I understand that not wanting to hurt someone's feelings and surprises. I just struggle with people not giving the full truth or lying. Feelings seem confusing, illogical, and unpredictable. Selves and others. Yes, I have trouble with recognizing the different emotions I experience. It's entirely difficult to come up with a realistic explanation of how I feel in different scenarios without the proper time to process the situation causing those emotions. Confuses appointment times, numbers, and or dates. Not usually. Although I regularly check all of my reminder text emails, I also write down appointments and important dates on my calendar/planner. Expects that by acting a certain way, certain results can be achieved, but realizes in dealing with emotions, those results don't always manifest. Yes, I put on my bear girl panties every day and present the shiny, happy me to people. I sometimes let the happy me slip and expose my true inside self when I am in a comfortable space or when I'm stressed. Spoke frankly and literally in my youth, yes, because I didn't want to be seen as a liar. Who wants to be seen as a liar? I don't want to be seen as a liar. Okay. Jokes go over head often. If I don't understand the full context, I'm also accused of not understanding the joke when I don't think it's funny. If it's not funny, it's not funny. Confused when others ostracize, shun, belittle, trick, and betray. Yes, I struggle with this all the time. Unless you're speaking honestly about a situation, then it's factual and not a form of ostracization. Trouble identifying feelings unless they are extreme. Yes, all of my emotions are extreme. Trouble with emotions of hate and dislike. No, if I don't like you, I don't like you. Feel sorry for someone who has persecuted or hurt her. I used to. But fuck them. Personal feelings of anger, outrage, deep love, fear, giddiness, and anticipation seem to be easier to identify than emotions of joy, satisfaction, calmness, and serenity. Yes, I know depths, but not the surface level feelings. Like, I don't get it. Difficulty recognizing how extreme emotions, outrage, deep love, will affect her and challenges transferring what has been learned about emotions from one situation to a next. Yes, I still can't explain my emotions adequately. Situations and conversations sometimes perceived as black and white. No, I can respect gray areas. I just don't always recognize them. The middle spectrum of outcomes, events, and emotions is sometimes overlooked and misunderstood. All or nothing mentality. Yes, it will be either a good ending or a bad one.
A small fight might signal the end of a relationship
or collapse of the world. Yes, I've had several meltdowns during a fight because I felt misunderstood. I will say I was done with the relationship. A small compliment might boost her into a state of bliss. Yes. If I'm complimented on my clothes or intellectual ability, my attractiveness and body make me feel uncomfortable, though. Don't tell me that you like my body or you think I'm pretty. Tell me you like my clothes or you like the way I styled my hair or you think I'm smart, and I'll be like, woo. But if you tell me you like my body, I get all, ugh.
Here's a whole bunch more about numbers and stuff. We're going to skip over a bunch of this stuff because it gets more into like stuff that was more related to like it gets more into like my functional neurological disorder stuff that was obviously just manifestations of that. So that was Finder 1. What did you think? We good here? Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed going through that. I'm going to put a link down below to where you can get all of this information, because I got all of the links and everything from another creator. I don't remember their name, but they made all of the access for all of the stuff so you could make your own like binder and everything. But that way I could make all of my fun binders to take for my autism assessment. And next time I'm going to make a video going through I don't think I'm going to go through each and every one of the assessments. I think I'm just going to go through like my big assessment with you guys. I just liked that one because it was really comprehensive. But if you want, you can comment down below if you want me to go through all of my binders. I can make a fun slideshow. I think I'm going to make a fun slideshow because I can do that on Canva. And I like Canva and it's fun. And I can just like clickety clickety and do my little pointity. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.